I'd like to say that I'm the mother of Christopher Sr. and the mother of Kenneth. And I'd just like to say, from a mother's heart, that I hurt so bad inside from the day that I found out. And I'd like to say, if there's someone out there that knows anything about what happened, would they please come forward and tell what happened. There has to be someone. It was almost like the world had ended when I found out about the family that they took out. My grandchildren, my ex-daughter-in-law, my nephew, and my grandson's girlfriend. There was 8 members that they took that day. And the hurt don't go away from a mother. I think about it day and night. I lose a lot of sleep over it. But still, I try to go on. But I'm begging to you to please come forward and tell what you know about it, please. I hurt so much. I have on my mind all the time how those taken out of this world. I'd just like to hear of someone coming forward. From a mother's heart. I just can't explain how I feel inside. It just hurts so bad. I hurt so much, and I just pray that somebody will open up and tell what they know.
This has been so extremely hard on all of us.
The rest of my children is going through so much over all this. Losing 2 brothers the same day.
It's hard if you lose one. It's harder when you lose 8 people at one time. Our lives have been a living nightmare since it happened.
I said at night, I get up like every 2 hours. Can't go to sleep, just wake right up and have to get up and sit up and think and wonder and think. Shed so many tears. My heart's been broken.
Nobody can imagine what this family has been through. You know, there's been a lot of stuff that's been put out there. But my brothers were good people. They would give you the shirt off their back if they could. They would do anything to help you. Dana was a wonderful person. She always tried to help do stuff for my mom.
Yes, I loved her too. She was a good daughter-in-law. She didn't deserve that. She came and helped all she could when I had my kneecap off before. She just came and done things, wonderful things, helping.
I feel like there's someone out there that knows something, and we just want them to come forward. If they're too scared, leave a tip, something. Because this for us is so hard. Every day we live with this. You go and you try to live your everyday life, but it's still in the back of your mind. It's still there. And you know the killers haven't been caught. And everywhere you go, you're always looking over your shoulder. You live in fear. I just don't understand how anybody could do that to anybody. My nephew just got his driver's license. He was only 16 years old. He had a whole life ahead of him. Frankie and his fiance, Hannah, their lives were stolen. All of their lives were stolen. They were taken away from their kids. They were taken away from us. Anna Mae didn't get to graduate. She was supposed to graduate last year. Christopher didn't get to go to prom.
I would have never dreamed that something like this would happen. You can hear things taking place, but 8 family members, losing 2 sons and grandchildren.
It's hard to fathom that.
If someone would just make a first step, make a first move and tell them what they know.
It's hard to believe that it's been a year. That year mark is coming up. And still we have no answers. We don't know anything more really, except for that they were all murdered. In an awful, I just can't understand how anybody could go in and murder 8 people and somebody doesn't know something. Somebody has to know something. We've all went through the emotions of being emotional with different emotions, with anger, hurt, bitterness, sadness. You go through all those emotions. And at the end of the day, you try to not think about it. You try to go on and live your everyday life, but it's still hard because it's always there. It never goes away. And since this has happened, there's been a lot of people that they don't have no compassion. We've been talked about. Bad things have been said about our family. Nobody has any idea, and a lot of people, they lose one family member, and when you lose 8, nobody has any idea what we've been through. Our lives, as of right now, they'll never be the same. They stole so much from us. The killer stole so much. They stole their lives, but then they stole ours too, because we live with it every day. I feel like that us as a family, we deserve to know who did this. And I pray every day for justice to be served. I pray every day for the killers to be caught. So maybe some healing process can start. My mother lost so much that day. The day we found out. Our whole family.
You know, I still can't. There's people in the building asking me how I'm doing. All the stuff when they see pieces in the paper and things. But nobody knows unless they've been through it themselves.
When somebody asks you how you're doing, you really don't know how to answer it.
A lot of times when I go shopping or something, I think it will help when I go in, but then I go around through the store and look at things, you know, that I had bought for my two sons before, like camouflage jackets, different things that they wore. And I could just imagine, you know, being, and I had to get out of the store early because I just ready to break down. It's just so heartbreaking.
One thing that we try to mull over in your mind is all the memories you had with them. And you remember so much. And you just try to keep that. But then your new memories you could have was taken away. And you always think about the last time you saw each of them.
You think about reunions, you know, but they won't be there.
You think about all the happy times. And those memories, the killers can't take the memories from you. You'll always have them. But us as a family need to know who did this and why. I can tell you that even though it's been extremely hard, that I know our family will never stop. We will never give up. We will never give up trying to find and bring the people, whoever did this, to justice. We will not give up. You can't. You can't. We just have to keep. We have to keep trying. And I know that if my brothers were here, or any of them, Gary, or any of them were here, they would do the same for us if it was us. I know that. I would like to thank the victim advocate people. They have been wonderful to our family. I'd like to thank everyone who worked on this case. And I hope that sometime or another, something will come and we will get the call that the case has been cracked and we have answers. Only the other families, the Manleys, the Gillies, my uncle, my aunt, Gary's mom and dad, they only know those families are suffering as much as we are. They only know what we are all going through. They have suffered tremendously, like we have. They feel hurt and pain like we do. And I know that in their hearts, in their minds, they're hoping and praying every day, just like we are, that whoever did this will be brought to justice. And they need answers just like we do. They deserve to know what happened and why my niece Hannah Mae, she had a baby that I haven't even got to meet. And if this hadn't happened, we would be all sharing those memories. All those babies, all of them. We lost so much. Not only did we lose them, but we lost getting to see them. They lost getting to have memories made with their babies. Those babies lost their parents. Time is something that's so precious. And you'll never get the time back. Those babies deserved to be able to be with their family. My brothers would not get to do this stuff with their grandchildren. It's not fair. I would just like to thank everybody who's helped with the case, and I'd like to thank all the victim advocates. I would like to thank you guys for being here today. And I hope and pray that somebody out there comes forward. Please, please, please come forward. Please end this nightmare of that we are living.